Thank you for joining me today. So let's get right into it. The good, bad, and ugly of the insect world. So today we're learning about entomology. Insects are from an ancient lineage of arthropods. Phylum Arthropoda. There's 6 classes. If I mispronounce these, I'm sorry. Chilopoda, centipedes, Diploda, millipedes, Symphila, crustaceans, insects, and arachnids. One pair of antennae, many legs, 2 body regions, segments multiply while molting. Ugh, centipedes. And we all know what an arachnid is. Ticks, spiders, scorpions, 8 legs, no antennae. Crustaceans, don't these look yummy? 2 pairs of antennae, 5 pairs of legs. Lobster, shrimp, crab, pillbug. There's little pillbug. Insects are basically terrestrial descendants of crustaceans, ancestors. There's some pictures. Class Insecta. They're cold-blooded, open circulatory system, exoskeleton, body composed of 3 divisions. Head, thorax, and abdomen. Thorax is 3 segments, 3 paired jointed legs, wings attached, 2 pairs, 1 pair or none. 1 pair segmented antennae. And that's like what inside of a fly looks like. So insects, over 2 million species, 400,000 types of beetles, 150,000 flies, 125,000 wasps, bees and ants, 50,000 of true bugs, 120,000 butterflies and moths, and 32,000 aphids. So let's learn how they grow and develop. Complete metamorphosis. Obviously, butterflies, fleas go through this, flies, wasps, and beetles. You have the little egg, it hatches to a larvae, and then it just continues about 5 stages, then goes to pupa, and then adult. Incomplete or gradual metamorphosis would be like this grasshopper here. Eggs hatch, then there's nymph, and looks like there's 5 stages of a nymph, and then the adult. Parenthenogenous. Aphids can have live birth or lay eggs. Unfertilized egg develops into new insect inside the mamma. So why should we care about insects? Not all insects are enemies. In fact, most are harmless and some even beneficial. Sweet pollinators, scarab, waste management, lady beetle, aphid control. So it's good to have ladybugs in your garden. Many insects are beneficial. A, there's pollination. B, useful products, biological control agents, decomposers of organic waste, dung beetles, and E, as food, as feed. So this is shown some countries in the world, they'll actually eat insects as like a cuisine. But insects cause damage. To people, direct attack, they can bite or sting. To animals, livestock, and pets. To possessions, housing, clothing. And then to plants, crops, forests, and ornamentals. How insects impact the landscape. Egg laying, stippling, galls, chewing, rasping or scratching, leaf mining, wilts, boring, subterranean, underground. Chewing damage, those obviously we've probably all seen this. Sucking damage, rasping damage, internal feeding damage, you can see around here, the little tunnel. internal feeding, leaf galls. And that's what a gall looks like. And he actually had some, and we got to pass some around. That's really cool. Egg laying injury by scar. Egg laying injury by chewing. You can see there. Some more beetles underground. They can chew on roots and stuff. And that's Japanese beetle life cycle. And this is really cool. He had a display of all these types of bugs you may see in your garden. Butterflies, and praying mantis, moths.
And they'll cool. It is. Take it underground and make a little ball to feed. That's a delicious food to feed their babies. Yeah, they absolutely. There's a lot of nutrient in some of this. Those are aphids that were. Some of them were parasitized by little wasps. Some of them have a whole lot of mummies and
Insect vectored plant diseases. Those are little aphids. The beetle. The Coleoptera is the largest order by species of anything in history. 2 pairs of wings, front pair thick, from hard elytra over abdomen, back pair membranous, folded under elytra at rest, mouth parts generally for chewing. Complete metamorphosis. Metallic wood-boring beetles are flat-headed borers. They like hardwoods, sometimes what we see, loose bark, dieback on branches, D-shaped exit holes. Emerald ash borer, that's horrible. Exotic beetle, came to America in solid wood packing material, native to Asia, discovered near Detroit. Hemiptera, half a wing, the true bugs. Cicadas, aphids, stuff like that. 4 wings folded flat, front pair thickened, leathery base, membranous tips, piercing and sucking parts. They host on woody deciduous ornamentals. Homoptera are like aphids, scale insects, and cicadas. And that's a little ant. Asian woolly hackberry aphid. And that's what that looks like. Little fuzzy thing. Scale insects. One of the most destructive groups of insects that attack ornamental plants. So one of the most destructive groups of insects that attack ornamental plants. Armored or hard scale. Protective waxy armor that separate from insect body. No honeydew production. That's a unanimous scale. Soft scale, more noticeable and conspicuous profile, copious honeydew production, protective covering cannot be separated from body. These are mealybugs, found in moist, warm climates, wander in search of food. And Lepidoptera, butterflies and moths. 4 wings covered with overlapping scales. Some have reduced wings or none at all. Adult mouth parts are for sucking. Immatures are the larvae, aka are caterpillars, and they chew. The bagworm, we've probably all seen this too. They can be destructive, and that's what it looks like. Eastern tent caterpillars. Preferred hosts, wild cherry, apple, crab, apple, and others. Insect orders. And we just kind of went through that. The Hemiptera, Coleoptera, Lepidoptera, and the like. Okay, insect orders. Hymenoptera. These look like wasp. Sawflies, wasp, bees. Sawfly larvae, Eruciform or caterpillar-like chewing mouthparts. Bees and wasp larvae, grub-like chewing mouthparts. Rhosophili. Symptoms: clear spots appear on leaves, leaves skeletonized. And that's just a picture of Tennessee. Spider mites, not an insect. Closely related to ticks and spiders. Mouthparts modified for piercing and emptying contents of plant cells. Aphid midge. Larvae feed on 60 plus species of aphids paralyzed with toxic saliva. Brachynoid wasp. Adult female injects eggs into host. Ooh, larvae feed inside host. Host dies once larvae complete development. Damsel bug, true bug predator. Feeds on aphids, small caterpillars, leafhoppers, thrips, etc. Ground beetles, nocturnal. Eats on slugs. Green lacewing. Adult lacewing and larvae eat aphids, caterpillars, mealybugs, scales, thrips, and whiteFlies. Lady beetle. Both adults and larvae eat aphids, mites, and mealybugs. Minute pirate bug. Will attack almost any insect. Soldier beetles. Feeds on aphids, caterpillars, grubs, and other insects. A parasitic fly. Larvae burrow into caterpillars, kills from the inside. Identifying insects in the landscape is learnable, skill that gets easier with practice. And here's some links you can go to. Integrated pest management, the use of all available tactics in the design of a program to manage. Major tactics in IPM. Legislative and regulatory control, cultural control, mechanical and physical control, genetic control, biological control, and chemical control. Insecticide groups. Inorganics, botanicals, microbials, fatty and salts, oils, and synthetic organics. Read the pesticide label. Is all crop injury significant? No. There's physiological importance. Some levels of insects feeding are not detrimental to the plant. Economic injury level. Level of insect injury where cost of damage equals cost of control. And then economic threshold. Level of insect injury in which treatment must be initiated. So you can what's going on. And then you must monitor pest in field, not spray by calendar. Sampling technique, method used for collecting information from a single sampling unit. If you've noticed a little, I think it's called a bug catcher, bug net, you can go through your thing and see what kind of insects you have in your garden or anything like that. And that brought us to the end of the class. I kind of sped through this one because I just didn't know if people would be really into insects and bugs, but they are beneficial, especially if you see ladybugs, keep those because they eat aphids and stuff like that. So hope you made it to the end of the video, and I think it's an amazing world that we live in, and there's so many different varieties of insects. And if you don't like an insect, I've learned in my lifetime that if you don't bother them, they won't bother you. Now, if you have an ornamental plant and like aphids and stuff, you might need a systemic or something to take care of that. And I would, understand why you'd want to get rid of them. But if not, I would just let it be and let them live, and let nature do nature. So thank you for joining me today, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye, y'all.